Chapter 17. Adventure of Sherlock Holmes. Scene 1. Dr. Watson's bedroom, 7:15 a.m., 7th April. Holmes, Watson, it's time to get up. Watson, waking with a start fire. Earthquake, robbery, run. Holmes, in a soothing tone, calm down, my dear pal. There's no catastrophe, not to worry. I am sorry to wake you up, Watson. Watson, then what is the matter? Holmes, it seems that we have a client waiting in the sitting room. She is a young lady. She must have something very urgent to communicate, or she wouldn't be here at 7:15 in the morning. Would you be interested in hearing what she has to say? Watson, of course I would, my dear fellow. I would not miss it for anything. To himself, I have always admired the way Holmes solved his cases. I won't miss an opportunity as good as this. Holmes, that's settled then. I'll leave you to get dressed and join me downstairs as soon as you can. Watson, pulling himself out of bed, I'll be there in a jiffy. Scene 2. The sitting room, 7:30 a.m. Narrator 1. The client in question was a young lady dressed in black. She looked pale and frightened. Holmes patiently, you must not be afraid. We will put things right, I assure you. You have come by train this morning, I see. Helen, surprised, how did you know? Holmes, smiling, I can see the second half of a return ticket inside your left glove. You must have started early. You had to travel along rough and dirty roads before reaching the station. You see, the left arm of your coat is spattered with mud. Helen, you are right, Mr. Holmes. I just had to come to see you. I can stand this fear no longer. I shall go mad if it continues. Holmes, please tell us everything about your problem, madam. Narrator 2. Holmes takes out his small trusty notebook to write down what the young woman says. Helen, my name is Helen Stoner. I live with my stepfather, Dr. Rolott. When he was in India, he married my mother, Mrs. Stoner, who was a young widow then. My twin sister Julia and I were only 2 years old at that time. My mother had a considerable sum of money which she gave to my stepfather on condition that a certain annual sum should be given to each of us if we married. Narrator 2. Helen pauses to take a sip of water from the glass nearby. Holmes, please carry on, dear lady. Helen, my mother died in a railway accident soon after our return to England. Julia and I lived with our stepfather at Stoke Moran. The money which my mother had left us was enough for us to live on. However, a terrible change came over Dr. Rolott at this time. He quarreled with the neighbors and shut himself up in the house. He has a violent temper and great strength to match. People are terrified of him. He has no friends except some wandering gypsies. He allows them to camp on his land. He has a friend who sends him animals, like a cheetah and a baboon. They wander freely over the grounds. Narrator 1. Dr. Watson is listening attentively to the woman while Sherlock Holmes is jotting down notes. Helen, Julia and I led miserable lives. We did all the housework as no servant stayed for long in our house. Julia then got engaged to be married to an army major. My stepfather did not object to the engagement. Unfortunately, she died a fortnight before her wedding day. She was only 30 when she died 2 years ago. Holmes, can you tell us more about the house? Helen, only one part of our house is inhabited. The bedrooms are on the ground floor. There is no connecting door between them, and they all open out into the same corridor. Holmes, and now can you tell us more about the night your sister passed on? Helen, I shall start at the very beginning. Scene 3. Helen's bedroom 2 years ago, 11:30 p.m. Narrator 1. It is a windy night. Helen is in bed, reading a book, when she hears a loud banging on her door. Julia, Helen, open up. Helen, hurriedly opening the door. Julia, what's the matter? Julia, rushing into the room, did you hear that sound? That strange whistling noise? Helen, no, I did not. Calm down, dear sister. It's probably just the wind. Julia, no, I am sure it wasn't just that. It couldn't be, there is someone or something out there. Helen, it must be the gypsies then. Julia, yes, must be. Helen, not to worry. You go back to bed. Make sure to lock your door, and I will lock mine as well. We don't want the cheetah, or the baboon, or the gypsies wandering in now, do we? Julia, yes, you are right. Sorry for troubling you. Good night. Scene 4. Outside Helen's bedroom the next day, 10:30 p.m. Narrator 1. It is a wild, stormy night. Helen is lying in bed, tossing and turning, struggling to sleep. She is thinking about the night before. Suddenly, she hears her sister scream. She rushes out into the corridor. She hears a low whistle. At the same time, Julia runs out of her room. Julia, shrieking, "Oh my God, Helen, it was the band. The speckled band." Narrator 2. Julia falls to the ground unconscious. Dr. Rolott arrives on the scene. Dr. Rolott, what's the matter, girls? What is all this noise in the middle of the night about? Spotting Julia lying unconscious in the corridor. Oh dear, she's fainted. We must call the doctor at once. Scene 5. The sitting room, 8 a.m. Helen, my stepfather sent for medical aid, but Julia never recovered. There was an inquiry after her death. They could not find out what the cause of death was. There were no marks on her body. I think she died of fear and shock. But I cannot imagine what frightened her. Holmes, all this happened 2 years ago. How can we be of help to you now? Helen, you see, Mr. Holmes, I am engaged to be married. My wedding will take place in a few weeks' time. A couple of days ago, repairs were started on the outside wall of my bedroom. I have had to move into my sister's room. Last night I heard the low whistle, the same one she heard 2 years ago. I was too frightened to go to bed. I left as early as I could and came straight to see you. Narrator 1. There was a long silence as the two men absorbed what this young lady had just told them. Holmes, if we went to Stoke Moran today, could we examine the rooms without your stepfather's knowledge? Helen, yes, you could. He is coming to London today for some business. Holmes, very well, then. We shall be there in the afternoon. Helen, leaving the room. I shall look forward to seeing you, Mr. Holmes. Holmes, come on, Watson, we have work to do. We shall start by examining Mrs. Stoner's will. A little while later. Holmes, Watson, if you look carefully at the will, you will notice that Dr. Rolott would have very little money left if the two girls married. He seemed to have strong motives for preventing the marriages. Dr. Watson, interesting observation. Holmes, perhaps that is his motive. Scene 6. Stoke Moran, 1 p.m. Helen, I am so grateful to both of you for coming all this way to help me. Holmes, don't thank us just yet. Examining the windows of the Helen's bedroom. Watson, do you see any damage to these windows? Any need for immediate repairs? Watson, they look in perfect condition to me. Holmes, there seems to be no immediate need of repairs to Miss Stoner's bedroom wall. It seemed to be just an excuse to move her from her room. Let's go examine Miss Julia Stoner's room. Narrator 1. Holmes walked around Julia's room, observing every detail. He walked over to the bed, stared at it and gazed up and down the wall. There was a little opening about 6 feet above the bed. It was a ventilator. Holmes, why should there be a ventilator opening into another room and not the outside? Strange. Watson, we should see where the hole leads. Narrator 2. The little hole led into Dr. Rollott's bedroom. There was a large iron safe in the room. A saucer of milk stood on the safe. Holmes, is there a cat here? Helen, no, there is a cheetah. Holmes, a saucer of milk would not be enough for a cheetah. Grimly muttering to himself, it is a dangerous thing when a clever man turns his brain to crime. To Miss Stoner, you must follow my instructions carefully. Your life may depend on it. Watson and I will be in your room. We will investigate the noise which disturbed you. By morning I am sure we will have explained the mystery. We will leave now and come back later at night when Dr. Rolott has gone to bed. You must signal to us with a lamp from your bedroom window. Scene 7. Stoke Moran, 7 p.m. Narrator 1. Holmes and Watson waited in the garden. Holmes seemed unwilling to take Watson with him into the house. Holmes, there is danger, Watson. I knew it as soon as I saw the ventilator. There is something peculiar about the bed as well. Have you ever seen a bed fixed to the floor? Watson, I think I begin to see what you are hinting at. Narrator 2. It was now dark. They saw a flickering light at the window, which was their signal to slip into the house. They climbed in through the bedroom window. Holmes, whatever you do, Watson, don't go to sleep. Your life may depend on it. Keep your revolver ready. You sit in the chair and I will be on the bed. Narrator 1. Holmes placed a long, thin stick on the bed. He also kept a box of matches handy. The two men waited in the darkness, but they did not know what they were waiting for. Narrator 2. Then a gleam of light shone through from the ventilator. It vanished almost at once. Someone had lit a lamp in the next room. There was a sudden gentle sound of movement and then nothing. Then it came again, a soothing, hissing sound, like that of a small jet of steam escaping from a kettle. As soon as they heard it, Holmes sprang from the bed, struck a match and lashed furiously with his stick at the bed. Holmes, Watson, did you see it? Watson, I saw nothing. Narrator 1. Holmes looked up at the ventilator. All at once, there was another horrible sound, a cry of anger, fear and pain. Watson, what is that sound? Holmes, take your revolver, Watson. It is all over. Let's go into Dr. Rawlot's room. Narrator 2. A dreadful sight awaited them in Dr. Rawlot's room. A lighted lamp stood on the table. The iron safe was open. The good doctor was seated on a chair. His eyes were wide open. He looked stunned, dead. A peculiar yellow band was wound round his head. It had brownish speckles on it. Holmes, exclaiming, the band, the speckled band. Narrator 1. Watson steps forward to examine the body closer. The band on Dr. Rawlot's head moves. A flat diamond-shaped head rose slowly. It was a snake. Holmes, it is the swamp adder, the deadliest snake in India. Dr. Rawlot is dead. He must have died instantly. We must kill the snake and then inform the police. Narrator 2. Holmes struck the snake with the stick. He broke its back, tossed it into the safe and closed it. Holmes, relieved and explaining to confused Watson what had happened. The word band misled me at first, but when I saw the ventilator and the fixed bed, I realized that something passed through the hole and came to the bed. I thought at once of a snake. It's likely that Dr. Rawlot had trained the snake to come out when he whistled. The saucer of milk is what he offered the snake to train it properly. Dr. Rawlot was sending the snake through the ventilator knowing it would land on the bed. He knew that, while it was possible that the girl might escape every night for a week, one day it would bite her. When the snake came down towards the bed, I heard it hiss and I attacked it at once. When it was hurt, it went back through the ventilator and attacked the first person it saw. That person happened to be Dr. Grimesby Rawlot. Watson, so this was the case of the speckled band. Adapted from The Adventure of the Speckled Band and The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.